The secret to success. People often search for success in books, in powerful speeches, in shortcuts, or in the glamorous lives of others. But very few look within themselves. This is the story of a boy named Zayan, who spent half his life trying to find the secret to success outside, until one day he discovered it in the most unexpected place inside his own struggles. Zayan belonged to a small town where people lived simple lives. His father ran a tiny workshop that barely earned enough to feed the family. His mother stitched clothes late into the night to support them. Despite their hardships, they always encouraged Zayan to dream big. His father often said, "We have little, but we don't lack courage. That is our wealth." Growing up, Zayan was fascinated by people who were successful businessmen, creators, leaders, inventors. He would wonder, how do they do it? What is the secret behind their rise? He read countless books, watched endless videos, and listened to speeches of great personalities, but he always ended up in the same state, confused and lost. When he finished high school, life hit hard. His father fell sick, their workshop began to shut down, and the weight of responsibility landed on Zayan's shoulders. He took up a part-time job at a local store, earning just enough to keep food on the table. Days passed in tiredness, nights in uncertainty, yet inside him, a spark refused to die. One evening, after a long day of work, Zayan sat outside the store, exhausted. He noticed an old man sweeping the road, humming a tune happily. Something about the man confused Zayan. How could a man doing such a tough job look so content? Zayan approached him and asked, "Baba, don't you get tired? Don't you feel frustrated?" The old man smiled. "I do get tired, son. But frustration? Only when people expect success instantly. Those who understand that success grows slowly, like a seed, never get frustrated." Those words struck Zayan deeply. That night, he thought long and hard. Success grows slowly, like a seed. Something clicked inside him. He realized he had been searching for a magic shortcut. But perhaps the secret was something entirely different. The next morning, Zayan started waking up early. He set small goals, tiny steps. He worked at the store, helped his mother, and in whatever spare time he got, he started learning skills online. He didn't have a laptop, so he borrowed an old computer from a friend at night when the shop was closed. Slowly and steadily, he learned graphic designing, editing, and basic online freelancing. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Sometimes progress was fast, sometimes painfully slow. But Zayan kept going. Every time he felt like giving up, he remembered the old man's words. Seeds take time to grow. One day, Zayan received his first online project worth a small amount. It wasn't much, but for him, it was huge. It was proof that his effort was working. That night, he placed the payment receipt next to his sleeping father and whispered, "Abu, one day I will fix everything." From then on, work became his focus, his commitment, his passion. His evenings were spent at the store, nights practicing skills, and weekends taking online courses. Slowly, he began earning a little more every month. Not a lot, but enough to see that he was moving forward. Life, however, had a strange habit of testing him. After nearly a year, the store where he worked shut down. Suddenly, he lost the only stable income he had. Fear filled the house once again. His mother cried silently that night, and Zayan felt like all his progress had collapsed. But something inside him whispered, "This is not the end. You've worked hard. You cannot give up now." For the first time in his life, he felt something new, confidence in himself. Not confidence in luck, not in shortcuts, but in his own consistency. So instead of searching for another store job, he took a bold step. He decided to try freelancing full-time. It was risky, payments were uncertain, clients were unpredictable, but he had a skill, and finally he had belief. The next few months were a storm. Some days he had work, some days nothing. Some clients paid late, others didn't pay at all. There were nights he stayed awake worrying about bills, about his father's medicines, about everything. But he kept pushing. He kept planting seeds. Small, consistent efforts every single day. And then, one evening, he received a message from a foreign client offering him a long-term project much bigger than anything he had ever done. Zayan delivered his best work. The client was impressed and recommended him to others. Suddenly, everything changed. Within 6 months, Zayan was earning more than his father had earned in 10 years. He repaired their old house, restarted his father's workshop, and even hired people to help. His mother no longer stitched clothes all night. The darkness that once filled their home slowly faded into hope. People in the town were amazed. They asked him, "Zayan, what is your secret to success? How did you rise from nothing?" He could have given them long explanations. He could have talked about skills, discipline, focus. But instead, he remembered the old man and his broom. Zayan simply replied, "The secret to success is no secret at all. It's consistency. Small efforts, repeated every day. That's it." But he didn't stop there. Zayan knew that success wasn't just about earning money, it was about uplifting others. He started teaching young people in his town the skills he had learned. Many of them were jobless, hopeless, unsure of where to begin. Zayan became a mentor, telling them stories of his own struggles. He would tell them, "There is no shortcut. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be born talented. You just need to begin. And then you need to continue." Years passed, and Zayan became a respected name in his community. His journey stood as a reminder that dreams aren't fulfilled by magic, they are built through patience and persistence. And one day, when he walked down the street, he saw the same old man sweeping the road. Zayan rushed to him and said, "Baba, you changed my life." The old man laughed. "No, son. You changed your own life. I only reminded you of something you already knew." Zayan smiled. For the first time, he truly understood. Success wasn't a mystery. It wasn't luck, or talent, or shortcuts. It was a seed, and he had watered it long enough to see it grow.